Hello, Lakers. This is Mr. Green here, coming to you with another activity that's really going to push your innovative skills and help you grow as a learner. This activity is called Designing a Tour. Some of you maybe are familiar with Google Tour Builder, some of you may not be familiar with it. So I'm going to kind of walk you through some of the basics of it and what the assignment's going to look like. This will be found in your Google Classroom, this document I'm showing right now. So the first thing, how am I going to engage you? Your task is going to be to design a tour of all the towns that make up Minnewaska. So that's going to be Villard, Lowry, Starbuck, and Glenwood. I want you to be a tour guide of what our towns have to offer in the Minnewaska area, which is a lot. So I'm kind of excited to see what some of you come up with. Okay, the tour must be in Google Tour Builder, and I'll show you how to get to that. And the big question I'm going to ask you: do you know where everything's located? I know being new to this area this year, I didn't know where a lot of things were, and I've had to learn on my own. How can you help others? Explore. If you've never been on Google Earth before, if you click this link, you'll be able to explore Google Earth. This is what it's going to look like. It's going to be the Earth is right here. And over here over to the side, you'll see a magnifying glass. If you click that, you can go anywhere you want in the world. Right now, we're going to Glenwood, Minnesota. You'll click Glenwood, and then it's going to pop up MN. You're going to want to go to Minnesota. Click there, and then it's automatically going to zoom right into Glenwood. It's pretty cool if you've never been here before. I mean, on Google Earth, I know you guys have been to Glenwood before. But if I click on this here, and I can click on the town, and I'll just keep on zooming in. As I click, it keeps on loading, keeps on getting closer. You can really just explore all of Glenwood. Might be able to find your house if you live in Glenwood. If you don't live in Glenwood, you could go back and you can take a look at where your town is. Here's Dairy Queen. So I want you to play around a little bit with Google Earth. Don't get too crazy with it, but just kind of, if you've never been out before, you can do some exploring, okay? Here, and there's some options over here to play around with as well. Going back to our restrictions. So explain. You'll be designing a tour of the Minnewaska area. The tour must include important landmarks. You want to have like the fire station, the police station, the grocery store, the schools. You might even want to have like the post office, maybe some restaurants. You are really trying to make Minnewaska area seem like that's the place where you need to go or we need to be. Okay. How are you going to apply this? You're going to apply your map skills by making a tour of the Minnewaska area. And if you were a tourist, would this map or this tour help you get around? Okay. Then you're going to share this with either your teacher, me, or you can even share with your parents or a peer. Then some things I want you to reflect on once you're done. What does the area look like on a map? Okay. Imagine, what will the tour look like? Is it in order? So are you going from like Glenwood to Villard, back to Glenwood, to Starbuck, back to Glenwood, to Lowry? You want to make sure maybe you want to go to all the post offices first, and maybe you want to go to all the different banks or the different fire stations. Really kind of play around with it and do some exploring, okay? So here's the next step. After you've kind of gone through the guidelines on this HyperDoc, you're going to go to the Google Tour Builder. When you click on this link right here, it's going to upload to this page right here. If you've never been here before, it's pretty awesome. It's all made by Google. You're going to want to sign in by clicking this blue button. Okay, and it automatically got signed in right here. Your account should sign in right away too if you're on your Google Chromebook. Okay, the next thing I want you to do is I want you to go to create a tour. And your tour name, I'm going to name this Minnewaska area because I'm making a tour of the Minnewaska area. The author, I'm going to write down Mr. Green, and then I'm going to say create a tour. So it's really like combining Google Slides with this tour builder. It's really interesting. So your introduction right here is just going to be your opening slide. You can add it. You can click there. When you click on that, it's going to ask you what pictures you want to add. You can search for images. Glenwood, Minnesota. What do I get? Here's a sign of Glenwood. So I open that up. So here's my opening sign. That's great. Okay, I can write a little summary right in here, and I'll kind of show you what all that looks like. Minnewaska area is the place. Now, obviously, you wouldn't have to put Glenwood there. Maybe your hometown is, I live in Glenwood, that's why I'm putting Glenwood. But if your hometown's Lowry or Villard or Starbucks, go ahead and put the Starbucks sign there or the Villard sign there. Okay? It's up to you. This is your presentation. Next thing, this is the big thing where it says add location right here. If you click add location, it's automatically going to say to start typing. I'm going to start in Glenwood, Minnesota. So I'm just going to start typing in Glenwood, Minnesota. And once I click there, this map right here is actually off of Google Earth. So you're going to get moving here, and then you can take a look here. I'm right in Glenwood, and I'm going to put, and if you move things around, now everything's kind of labeled. It's really neat, actually. The next thing I'm going to do is, all I'm doing to zoom in, kids, is this plus and minus button right here, okay? See where it says add tour? If I click this button, it automatically puts this pin on the map. So I can put this pin wherever I want. So maybe I'm going to put this pin right in the middle of town where our one and only stoplight is. I think that'd be a good area to put it. So I'm gonna put it right there. And then, do you see this little guy right here? If I click this little guy and drag him, do you see how all the lights, and I'll show you that again. All of the lights turn, or the rows I should say, turn blue. I'm gonna click and hold them again. See how they all turn blue? I'm gonna click him and I'm gonna drop him right in the middle of that intersection. Take a look. I am right downtown, the middle of Glenwood. You can tell some of this stuff is a little older. These are some old pictures. Where's Glenwood State Bank? It is not there. Wow. Looks like the bakery's there. And Glenwood State Bank is not there. Trum Drug was there. Interesting. Okay. Anyways, if I like this view, I'm just going to go ahead right here and I'm going to lock this in place. That means whenever I'm on that slide, it's going to go right into the middle of town. Here's another, and right here, if I want to add some pictures of Glenwood or some videos, I can click this link. Right there, that image, and it says your images. So these are some images I have on my computer, my laptop, but you guys aren't going to have those options. If you have some things on your drive, you might be able to add some pictures of Glenwood there. That could work. Or if your parents took some pictures with their phone and sent them to you, you could have some. But if you look over here at more, and if you type or look at search for images, this will automatically search for some Google images, but it doesn't have a huge variety right there going this way. You could always copy and paste some links into or some pictures, okay? But you can show a lot of different videos there too, okay? I'm gonna add another location because I love the Dairy Queen. I'm gonna type in Dairy Queen right here and let's see if it takes me to the Glenwood Dairy Queen just down the road. There it is right there, okay? It's right there. I'm gonna add this to my tour so that pin is now on there. Now I'm gonna put my little guy right next to the Glenwood Dairy Queen. So it brings you right down to the street. If I move around, that's a newer version of the Dairy Queen. I'm wondering why that last image was so old. And this sidewalk's new within the last few years. I bet if I went down the street now, I'd be able to find Glenwood State Bank. Anyways, I'm going to lock this view in place. So now every time I go to that, you can find it. Let's go somewhere else. All I did was click another location. I'm going to type in Starbuck. Starbuck, Minnesota. It's taking me all the way across Waska there. Zooming in to Starbuck. Starbuck doesn't have a stoplight, but it does have an intersection. So I'm going to click add to tour. So now I have that pin and it's right there in the middle of town. I'm going to grab this little guy and I'm going to drag it right over into the middle of town right there. Let's take a look. I'm right in the middle of Starbuck. Being in the middle of Starbucks, so I can add some photos here. I can add some videos. Starbuck. See what I get for a search on Starbuck, Minnesota. Oh, there's the Dairy Queen in Starbuck. Let's add this image. Okay. That was a small image. Let's add this one. This is a Dairy Queen. Okay, very cool. So when we're explaining, so if I press this little pencil here, I can give a description of the Dairy Queen. Starbuck Dairy Queen. Okay, I'm gonna save now. So now when that image comes up, I can have, when I'm doing my slideshow, we can see what that looks like. I'm gonna add one more location because I want to show you this part because it's pretty. I'm gonna type in Minnewaska High School. So there is our Minnewaska High School. I'm gonna add this to the tour. And here's the coolest thing I like is, do you see when I click and drag, do you see that little blue dot that's right here? I actually made that 360 image earlier this year. As you can see, it says Caleb and Heidi Green view on Google Maps. I put that pin there. I'm gonna lock this in place, okay? Now you're probably wondering, how was I able to do that? Well, I used my iPhone and I used an app called what was it called again? Google Expeditions, I think it was called. I was able to, it's some app on Google or on my iPhone, and I was able to put it right into this spot. Okay, which is pretty neat. So if I want to see what all these things look like as a presentation, I'm going to say done. I'm going to lock this view first. I'm going to say done editing, and I'm going to say play full screen. Now I'm in full screen mode. So if I had a description, or I can write descriptions, it would appear right here. If I press the back button here, now it's going to travel all the way to the middle of Starbuck. This image didn't appear very well. I don't know why, but here's my Dairy Queen image. So I was kind of going through this fast, so I know my video is getting a little long. And I'm going to move to another image. So now I'm going all the way back to Glenwood, and now I'm at my Dairy Queen. You want to see something kind of interesting? I really like this. If I press the up arrow here, I can actually drive down this road. And I can drive through Glenwood. You know what, kids? I'm really interested to know if Glenwood State Bank is down the road. And it stopped. They wouldn't let me go any further. Oh, bummer. Well, I'm hoping it's down there. Anyways, I can go on to the next one. And now I'm right in the middle of town. Glenwood State Bank's there. Yes, I'm glad that's updated now. That was built really fast, kids. Anyways, when I'm done looking at this, all I can do is on my computer, I can press escape to get out of this view. Or I guess escape doesn't work if I press that button to get out of that view. How do I get out of it? Oh, exit street view. Exit full screen. So now I'm back here. If I want to start editing again, all I have to do is go here and go into edit mode. And now I can add details. I can tell my audience about this site here. If I want to add more to my tour, I can go down here and say add location, and I can get another location to go in and visit. My advice is to have as much fun with this as possible. I made one a few years ago on Brazil, because I used to live in Brazil, and I had a lot of different places to go, and I went from Brazil to Japan, because that's another place I lived, and I got to see some of the places where I got to play as a kid when I was your age, and it really meant a lot to me. So I hope you can. I want you to start off with this Minnewaska area tour builder, and then maybe you could build a tour later on here in your distance learning of maybe a dream vacation you want to go on. Maybe you want to go to Mexico, or you want to go to the Bahamas, or you want to go somewhere in Thailand. I'm really excited to see what you kids can produce. Take some time on it. I obviously whipped through this extremely fast. I'd probably spend maybe 15 minutes per location, if not more, an hour, because you can upload YouTube videos to these spots. Because if you take a look here, YouTube by URL. So if you find a YouTube thing that you like, you can paste it in there. And inside your slideshow, once you start showing it, once you're in present mode, it will actually show the YouTube video. So it's really interesting. It's a lot of fun, and hopefully you can dive into it and really use your creative skills. Good luck, Lakers, and have fun.